going on, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast episode. I actually forgot that bit. I already forgot. I had one job to look at the YouTube and figure it out, but I did not. But welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast. And today, next to me is Earl, below me is Max. Today, we're going to be overreacting about the Western Conference teams this time around. Last episode was the Eastern Conference. This episode is the Western Conference. Starting off with Earl, give me your first overreaction.
All right, so we're gonna start in the Northwest Division. We're gonna start with the Denver Nuggets, or as Mike Malone would like to say, the Lakers' daddy, respectfully. Ew, that. Sorry, I can't believe I even said that line, even though it was supposed to be funny. Yeah, for me, overreaction. I think chill. My overreaction is maybe not even overreaction. Jokic is the closest looking thing we've seen to Wilt Chamberlain in the NBA as far as stat stuffing in the books. That's my reaction. He's been playing great basketball. He's been balling out. He had I think in the month of, or whatever this month is, my bad. In the last week, he was putting up 29, 15, and 14. So shout out to Jokic for that and putting up some crazy stats. Shout out to him. That's my
shout out to Jokic. My overreaction. How the hell are the Warriors 9-2, considering that they're without Clay and only have a supplemental player in Buddy Hield, and then Steph Curry's been out for how many of these games? Goddamn. It may be. I don't know. It's probably not a fluke. I don't think it's a fluke, but the Warriors look good. Steph Curry looks good. Last night between Steph Curry and Klay Thompson looked amazing. It was surreal to see it as Steve Kerr and Steph Curry were talking about it. But yeah, it was a little weird to see that last night for sure.
Yeah,
with the Warriors too.
Yeah, I'll just say dang, he kind of jumped to the Pacific, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it ball. For me, I think the next overreaction for me would just go to the Timberwolves next. In the Northwest. I think overreaction is that I think a lot of people feel like things don't work between the Timberwolves so far on their new team. But for me, I feel like it's just going to take a little bit more time. These guys you're adding in another second type option, and it takes time for guys to mesh. Like, you've seen how good it looks when they both score 40 plus with 5+ threes. And you see the bad where Julius Randle or Anthony Edwards don't get going and they lose to the Trailblazers. So it's a lot of just different up and downs. Yeah. And I feel like that's a lot for a couple of teams we'll talk about today. But yeah, I think other than that, I think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to figure things out for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, they're playing real good. They're playing all right. Again, they need some time to mesh, just like on the other side of that deal, the Knicks need some time to mesh as well. So I don't see a really big problem with that. I guess my overreaction about them would be that I think my overreaction about the Timberwolves, Dante DiVincenzo is going to be a lot better towards the middle of the season. I think they're going to start starting Dante DiVincenzo very soon if they haven't already. My bad if I haven't been too tuned into Timberwolves games recently. But if they're not starting him now, we're going to see a point in this season where we're running a point guard, Anthony Edwards, and a shooting guard, Dante DiVincenzo, who take turns taking up the ball and whatnot.
All right, that leads into my overreaction about the Timberwolves. I think DiVincenzo's not going to get any better. I think this is as good as he's going to be. Maybe he'll shoot fractionally better, but I don't know. I'm just not optimistic. For some reason, he's regressed back to like what he was every other year of his career when he wasn't in New York. I don't know. There was just something about playing for the Knicks that just made him better. He got a way bigger role in New York. That role is not there in Minnesota, so I think he's just going to kind of continue at this rate for the rest of the season probably. He'll have his moments, but overall nothing incredible.
I think it's still there. That's my counter to that. I think it's still there. It's just in the place of Mike Conley at this moment, and I'm not saying that Mike Conley shouldn't be in that position either because Mike Conley is Mike Conley. You cannot sleep on Mike Conley in the slightest. His era with the Grizzlies was probably I can't even put it into words about how I feel about Mike Conley. It was just sounds. It wasn't words. It was sounds. But
I'll also give my hot take about my overreaction about the Nuggets. I think they're going to be a bottom 5 team in terms of three-point percentage, and probably also 3-pointers attempted per game. I think when you combine everything, they're going to be a bottom. They just don't have shooters, and I don't see that changing. You can't just get shooters for cheap at the trade deadline. They have a major shooting problem. Everyone knows it. They know it. They've addressed it. Well, they've addressed it verbally, but they haven't addressed it with actual pickups. So good luck, Michael Porter Jr., and the occasional Jokic 3. That is going to be the only production they have.
The occasional Jokic 3. Okay.
Yep. That's it. That's their shooters. Jamal Murray.
I think I said this. They're on a 5-game winning streak, so I think they're okay.
I never said they'd be a bad team. I just said they're going to be bottom 5 in threes and 3-point and like three-point percentage / 3.
But you gotta understand this too, Omar.
They win with that. They're good enough to win with that. I just don't think they're going to lean into threes when they know they're terrible at them.
Yeah, and it's like
that's very true.
Look at it. You gotta look at it too. Like I get it. They're 7-3, like you said, but all good things usually come back down to earth. Like the first couple weeks in the NBA are not going to be comparable to like mid/end of season. Like Max said, eventually that 3-point line is going to become a problem if they don't address those issues early on throughout the season. So while they are winning games now, that's because Jokic is playing maxed out minutes. How long can Jokic just play straight up maxed out 30? I think last game he played 40 plus minutes. And I know Mike Malone had a joke about, he's expected to play that because of his contract, but I don't think Jokic is used to playing that heavy minutes versus some of these teams he's playing so far. So we'll see what happens though. But shout out to Nuggets for true, but we will.
Wait, I didn't even hear that. What did you say?
I said it's still way better than what Embiid plays.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I was going to say, I think we're going to probably see a situation like that in the near future with Jokic. I just feel like that happens with bigs. They get a lot of stress on their legs. So it may be too much for Jokic, but only time will tell. So we'll leave it at that. I just realized I didn't give a Nuggets take. I kind of just agreed with Earl's, but to take it a step further, I think this is the same take as I had last year, but I don't think the Nuggets are going to win another championship. I don't see it in the cards for them. I frankly think there's too many teams in the bag to even have a consistent champion for over 2 years. So, to be honest, the highest chance to win this year, if we're going based on it right now, God damn it, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're the only undefeated team in the NBA. So and shout out to Darius Garland because he's finally gone out to his form. But the Nuggets really need some work to do. They need to find a replacement for Bruce Brown. They need to get back to the team that they were when they won the championship, because right now they are a shell of their former selves. And that's not just saying something.
I was looking at minutes per game too, and just to throw this in there, the only person I see higher than Jokic right now is 39.7, and that's Tyrese Maxey, and obviously he's much younger. So Jokic is putting in a lot of work. I feel like he's playing a lot. So we'll see how that holds up for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But like Matt said, the next team we got is OKC. Anybody want to give it a take first?
Their center problem's not going to get resolved. They have a center issue but right now Isaiah Hartenstein is hurt. Chet Holmgren is now out for the long run. Obviously, if they get those guys back, then great. But I don't know. I don't feel great about the fact that they are currently on their 8th string center, and injuries are going to happen. And I think that could cost them in terms of at least regular season seeding, if not in the playoffs. You got to keep that in mind. They have no real ability to replace those guys.
To kind of add to that, if Shea is your tallest person in the starting lineup, you may have an issue. He's only 6'6", comparatively in the NBA.
Is he really?
Yeah. So if you can look at that, I think there's. Let me look at it, because I think the lineup they went out with was Jalen Williams.
He was the tallest guy, I think.
It was Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and LaGuentas Dort, and he's 6'5". He's the closest one to
He's going to cost them games until Hartenstein and Holmgren come back. That's going to cost them a lot of games. That could cost.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with the loss of Chet Holmgren, but like
it's not gonna fly versus a lot of teams like East or West. Like you're gonna run into a team who is going to penalize you heavily for that.
No, 100%. We agree with that.
Yeah.
But for the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't see them playing well this year because of what Max said, because of Chet Holmgren. By the end of those 8 to 10 weeks, there's only a promise that they're going to check him out and see if he's okay. And then maybe he'll play. And then maybe he'll start to ramp up. But for those 8 to 10 weeks without Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein, we gotta get prepared for the Thunder to tank a little bit this season. A little bit. I don't think they're gonna
tank, but 6 and 7. I'll say my kind of overreaction to the Thunder so far this season. I think I might just piggyback off of the center thing. I think center depth is gonna be a huge issue, and even to add on to the point, is Jalen Williams hurt too? Like I know he hasn't played a lot this year, but the other Jalen Williams, there's 2 of them.
Oh yeah, the center right?
one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because I would assume maybe he would get more minutes, but it doesn't even look like he played. I was looking at the box score, so I don't know. If they have no bigs on the roster, early overreaction, I agree with you guys. I think maybe for the next couple of weeks, they kind of fall a little bit in the standings. Mm-hmm. I just don't see them be able to beat a lot of these powerhouses when they're playing big. Like if you're playing it versus a dominant big, Lou Dort's not going to get it done.
Mm-mm.
Maybe he will versus some guys, but not consistently. So I'll piggyback off of y'all's.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
What's the next team?
Portland. Yeah. Next up, we have the Portland Trailblazers.
They're the worst team in the game.
They really are. Overreaction. They found, I would say, overreaction. The best asset they have on that team, trade wise, is Robert Williams. Because you can plug him into pretty much any team, and he's a good rotational big who can help out on defense, grab boards, and score. So that's mine.
Do y'all want to hear my Portland Trailblazers overreaction?
Sure.
It's kind of like overreactions as well. Okay, they're 4-8 right now. Good for them. I think they're the worst team in the NBA. They're going to finish with the worst record. They're going to realize that Scoot Henderson is not that good, and then they're going to go into the lottery with the best odds, and they're going to walk out with like a 4th or 5th pick in the lottery.
Okay. All right.
Damn, Max, what type of drink did you drink today? Haterade? Damn.
I don't see doing it.
I mean, like, he seems to be in a sour mood. Am I the only one that sees that today, Earl?
Wait, make me talk about Portland.
Wait, no, a genuine question.
Low key, what we want.
Max, we love you here. Just know it's a safe space. But no, I don't disagree with you. Portland's going to be the worst team in the NBA. But when it's all said and done, Portland will be the worst team in the NBA. I think Scoot Henderson will actually be a building block to that team. I'm not here to say Scoot Henderson is not him or anything like that.
Look, I'll say this about Scoot too.
But hold on,
they have way too many guards on that team. Like, I don't think it's ever going to work. You have Anthony Simons, you have Shadon Sharp, you have Scoot Henderson, you have
Shadon can play small forward.
With the combination of people you have on the floor, I don't think it's ever going to work until they move somebody. Whether that's Scoot, whether that's one of the other guards,
it may have to be Anthony.
He got hurt again last night, by the way.
Anthony? He got hurt again?
Yeah, he got hurt again. So.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it's going to have to be Anthony. It's going to have to be. Just because
I don't think it's serious, but...
Yeah, just because of the injuries,
man. It's so bad, it's comical.
No, he's not. He's not that. He has
This was the guy that people said was going to go number 1 any other year other than Wemby. He can't shoot 80% from the line. He can't shoot 32% from 3. He's averaging 12 points a game on a team that has basically nobody else. And he's averaging
coming off the bench, too, playing 25 minutes a game. It's not like he's playing like 36, 37 minutes a game.
He can't even start on the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I told you because they're guard heavy.
They are pretty guard heavy.
I thought this guy was supposed
Scoot Henderson got the
supposed to be
absolute
comfortable
kind of
for
like
Wemby.
worst situation.
I'm just
If he was
saying,
in
like,
if he was in like Charlotte, we would be having a different conversation.
The
I
Charlotte
don't
is
know
LaMelo.
about. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's about
okay, but he
fit,
would have
too.
actually
Like,
been. I think LaMelo
we
would
comparing
fit
these guys
honestly
to
a little
guys who
better
are
at the shooting
playing.
guard with him at this point.
Yeah,
That's
because
my
we love
thing.
guys who average 4.6 assists and 3 turnovers a game at point guard. That's a championship winning formula.
I mean, he's playing off the bench as a 6'7" man. Like, he's not playing max out minutes.
He's the 3rd overall pick. People say he was a consensus 1 if it wasn't for Wemby.
I'm not. I agree with that.
that.
I'm just saying, it's about the environment you're into as well.
People worried about
you can only
Bronny
control
James.
what you.
How about the guy who went 3rd last year?
Brandon
just saying.
Miller. Yeah.
Oh, Brandon Miller's been playing good. He just had a bad game last game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scoot went 3rd. I'm talking about Scoot. Brandon Miller was 2nd. Remember?
Yeah.
Because
Alford got there in the same draft. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what I mean.
keep forgetting that. My fault. Yeah,
next
my
team.
fault.
Yeah. What
My
is
bad.
the next team?
You know, the next team is the Jazz. Mid for mid.
Honestly, they're
Does anybody
worse
even
than
watch
Portland
Jazz games
now.
here?
No.
Laurie
has been underperforming, like massively.
He's performing exactly how I expected him to perform.
right.
I say John Collins had a couple good games. I've heard. Through sleeper chats, that is. He's been playing good.
That's my overreaction. John Collins will make the Jazz look silly for re-signing Laurie to that big deal.
Honestly, I'm with it.
They're going to be like, damn, we got John Collins for like, what, a 10th the price of Laurie Markkinen? We kind of could have just rolled with John Collins and traded Laurie.
Honestly,
I think that's their I think that's their next step. I think they're trading Laurie, and to be honest, it should be sooner.
They can't trade him though right now. They can't.
Not until the offseason.
They can't trade him till the offseason?
No.
Yeah, he just signed that contract.
I thought it was till like December or something.
Nope. They can't trade him all season.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
You can look it up. You're gonna get the same answer.
Earl, who's the next team?
Earl didn't even get his team?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
My fault. No, I don't have a take for the Jazz. I mean, I said pretty much the same thing
after the 20. It's after the 2025 trade deadline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means the offseason.
No. February 6th.
Yeah, you can't trade after the deadline. That's how the deadline works.
After, Omar.
I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I've been stuck in traffic. I don't want to.
Did you have a take, or do you want me to name the next team, buddy? All right, the next team we're going to the Pacific.
I thought you had the take.
I don't have one.
We don't need to talk about the Jazz.
All right, we're good. We're going.
I thought you had the take.
Omar kind of skipped over to the Warriors before, but we're gonna go back and circle around to it because now we're in the Pacific. Golden State Warriors. They're playing great basketball. So how we feeling, Max? What's your overreaction right now?
Flash in the pan. I don't think it's sustainable.
They're 9 and.
I mean, they'll be fine. I think they're good enough. Like, they're not a championship contending team. Maybe they sneak a second round appearance. I don't think they're much better than they were.
Wait a second. Yep. Earl is saying cook, but he doesn't remember that his hot take for the season was that Steph Curry was going to be a top point guard. No, that has nothing to do with. You said that he would lead the Warriors to something.
I never say he will lead. I said he's going to have one of his best seasons on the Warriors. That doesn't mean that he's going to have crazy success the whole year. I'm talking about individual stat-wise. And what did he do last night? He did what I say he was going to be a top point guard in the league.
I mean, that's Klay Thompson game. But he has to go off.
Overall, I just think the Warriors, I think it's going to come back down to reality. I'm not saying they're going to be a terrible team, but I don't see them being like a top 5 team in the West. Not with the way the West is built right now. I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I agree. That's my overreaction is. Yeah, I'll just say my overreaction is people are overreacting to this early success for the Warriors. But shout out to the Warriors fans.
Yeah, I think the Warriors are. The Warriors are
like MVP every single game for the rest of the year. They're not winning 50 games.
Yeah, we will.
The Warriors will be the Warriors. It's going to come back to earth, but I think they'll end up at least higher than last year. I think I think
front
last
one,
year.
yeah. As long as they win if they win the same amount of games, that'll probably get them 2 spots higher.
And you can't forget, hopefully Draymond doesn't get like suspended again or punch somebody or kick somebody.
He will.
He will.
Yeah,
he played crazy last night.
Next
though,
team.
But...
Next team.
Oh, next team, the Clippers.
They're gonna have to like trade Kawhi.
Overreaction. The Clippers. Did y'all see what Paul George said? Something about.
I didn't even see that actually. No. What did he say?
The Clippers. He was talking about how they're not selling tickets in that new arena and stuff. He was really talking.
Dog, you're worse than the Clippers. You
exactly.
Now you're worse than them. You can't talk.
Right.
I mean, the Clippers aren't good either, but like y'all are what are the 76ers 2-8?
Worse than the Clippers. Like they have a losing record.
And they're also Joel Embiid and Paul George are out for tonight's second game of a back-to-back tonight.
You can't talk. Kawhi's almost played.
Hey, you know what?
This season, George. Don't talk.
Did you just say Kawhi's in midseason 4?
No, I said Kawhi's almost played more minutes than Paul George this season. That's how little Paul George has played.
I mean, listen, Kawhi is... I don't even know.
Kawhi's at 0, and Paul George isn't that much higher than that, all things considered, considering we're 10 games into the season. Don't talk about selling tickets, dog.
I don't think Kawhi has played at all.
Exactly. He hasn't. That's still not much more than Paul George. He missed most of the season, too. And you're on a worse team, so don't be talking. My Clippers overreaction.
Yeah, go ahead.
The same. My Clippers overreaction is Kawhi Leonard has played his last healthy days as a Clipper. It's just every year at this point. It's just going to continue. He'll come back. He'll be hurt again. It'll be injury management.
I think he's played his last game as a Clipper. I think he's played his last game as a Clipper in general. I don't think
he's played his last game.
I don't think he can trade it, though.
I mean,
nobody's trading for Kawhi.
Somebody will take that chance.
Yeah.
Somebody will take that chance.
Hey, for a wing defense, he ain't got nobody to defend.
That's what I'm saying. NBA GMs are not as smart as we think they are. They're not as smart as we think.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time a team traded Kawhi because of injury, Kawhi won a championship. So just watch the team that trades for him.
Honestly, this is really almost the same. Not the same, but
it is exactly the same. It is exactly the same.
It's similar vibes to when he got traded from San Antonio. The reports came out about rift between. Well, maybe is this a flashback? Whatever. My overreaction to the Clippers right now is that.
No, wait, go with the flashback. Go with the flashback. What's going on?
No, I don't. It was just me thinking to myself out loud. But my overreaction to the Clippers is that they will come back down to earth again soon. They've had a great start. Don't get me wrong, but
6-5 is
sustainable it is. No, I'm just saying, like
they're just above 500.
But they are above 500, though. They won more games than I expect them to win, especially some of the games that they did win. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's my reaction. Not really anything crazy, honestly.
Lakers.
Omar.
The Lakers. Oh wait, Omar. Oh, sorry, Omar.
Yeah, I think they're gonna trade Kawhi by the deadline. I don't think there's a shot in hell that Kawhi plays another game with the Clippers. I think the Clippers.
Do you have a team in mind
with him? No, I don't. But I just know that the Clippers are. No, I just think the Clippers are done with him. Think about it, like, dude. You're injured year after year after year after year.
But honestly,
you came here on a promise of a championship. If you brought Paul George,
did you hear what they did?
The barrel up for Paul George. They got absolutely nothing from it. They're pissed.
No, but I'm saying, did you hear what they did though?
No.
Did you not read that lawsuit thing?
What happened?
Oh, you don't know what
Did
I'm talking
I miss something?
about. Never mind. You missed a chapter. It's okay though.
Wait, what?
I'm just gonna say. Yeah, it was a while ago. The whole lawsuit happened, and the trainer basically broke down.
With the medical staff.
Yeah, basically Kawhi was saying like, "Hey, this doesn't feel right," and they're like, "Yeah, it does feel right. Go out there and play. Put this needle here. Boom, you'll feel better." And then things didn't end up going right.
We love competent medical staffs. We love competent medical staffs.
They basically say, "Go ball. You're okay. Go hard on those fools." Like
Kawhi still put up like 20.
Look, man, at the end of the day, obviously, at the end of the day, it's speculation, so we don't know. So it may be
I know.
Clippers. It may be that Kawhi is done with the Clippers because of the shit that they're trying to pull. I mean, you got to protect your players at all time, man. So if that's true, and I mean, look, if there's a lawsuit about it, there's a lawsuit about it. I have no idea. I might have missed it, but I remembered it kind of. I remember hearing about it like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
But
but
yeah. I didn't hear any update about it, so I thought they solved it or something, but I don't think so. Yeah,
it's gonna be a little minute. But next team, moving on to the Mickey Mouse Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers, the West.
My take is that JJ Redick changed nothing. They're still the same team. They're rolling back the same mid roster from last year. Redick. You can't just sub the coach in for a mid team and expect a first year head coach in Redick to completely turn things around. So they'll be good.
Okay.
Maybe not, maybe a little worse, maybe a little better, but doesn't change anything, I don't think. Doesn't really elevate their championship chances much.
All right. I'll go right after you. I halfway agree with what you just said. I think that for me, I think coaching definitely makes a difference for this team, but it doesn't make good enough a difference for us to win a championship with the same trash roster. I agree with that. I think the only way we can win a championship is making a couple of trades or even just one trade. We need an extra big on this roster. We need more defense in our guard position. I mean, JJ Redick learned very quickly that D'Lo and Reeves cannot be in the game together at the same time starting for us. It is literally free money for literally we had a funny conversation about this. We were like, any guards who see Lakers name on the calendar are licking their fingers so they know it's gonna be easy night. It's like that every single time. And while Cam Reddish, I know he's not the best scorer, he doesn't have the best confidence, but what he has done for us is really great defense. He's been a great defender for this team. He held Paul George to like 12 points when we played him. He's been really good. I think last game we played who did we play last game? Or what? Maybe it was the 76ers. But the two games he started, we won, and he's been a plus defender for us. Last game he had 11 points. I think he missed 2 shots. So he's been scoring it efficiently for us. So I just think we have to make a couple moves. So I agree with you on that part.
Raise the banner, guys. Cam Reddish scored 11 points.
No, I'm not saying that. It's not about him scoring 11 points. It's about him hitting open shots. He held
Paul George to 12, which is about what his season average is right now.
I mean, not true. He had 28 last game. The game before that, he had 20 plus as well. So
his season average going into last night was 14. It's probably a little higher now. It's probably like 16. But
yeah. But my point is like,
No, go for it.
No. I was just saying. My point is like, yeah, he's not. Cambridge isn't an all-star superstar by any means, but for our team, he's playing the role that he should be playing. We were not asking him to go out there and score 15 a game. We're just asking, hey, if you're taking an open shot, at least try your best to make it. And that's what he's been doing the last couple of days. Or games, I should say, as a starter.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds ready.
So, yeah, the Lakers have a big problem. You guys need a spare big. No doubt about it in my mind.
They have a big problem, guys.
Another big problem is Jackson Hayes. I just want to ask for my sanity. How's he been playing?
I mean, not good. He's not a good basketball player.
Yeah. Bro can't focus on the game, but can focus on hitting his girlfriend, clearly. But we shall continue. Anyway, what's the next team?
Suns, right?
I think it's the Suns. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They've been playing really well. They've been playing really good as well. They have the same.
Oh yeah! Shout out to my boy Austin Reeves, year 54. Go put him on better stats than Tyrese Halliburton.
Hit the shot out, Austin Reeves.
Now I was looking at those stats. That was crazy. Somebody put it on Twitter. It's like, no way. You blink your eyes. Do I think he's a better basketball player? No, but gosh, the stats don't lie sometimes.
Nah, numbers don't lie, bro. Basketball don't lie.
For the Suns, I'm going to say they will not go deep in the playoffs with Yusuf Nurkic as their center, and they're stuck with Yusuf Nurkic because everyone sees how bad he is at defense, how poor he is as a rebounder and a passer, and how if he's not scoring at an extremely high rate, you're basically just playing 4-on-5 on both offense and defense. I don't know what happened to that man, but he is not holding it down whatsoever. So they are stuck with him. No team will trade for him, and they do not have nearly anyone good enough to replace him at that center spot. So they're stuck with him, and I don't think they can go deep in the playoffs with that.
Cook.
Yeah.
That might be the best take in the night.
But
Omar, there's room.
I don't disagree with
how much room on Omar's camera? He's taking up like half the frame.
Oh, sorry. I'm just in a comfortable position.
You're really leaning into that take, buddy. I'm getting really excited. Go ahead, hit me with it. Let me get one.
I don't disagree with Max because Yusuf Nurkic is absolutely horrid on defense, but I think he's gonna prove a lot more valuable than you think. I think.
Well, how do you know what I think though?
I'm
just playing.
I gotta take that back.
Look,
because I don't even believe that 100%.
You want me to help you out here?
No, because
he's not even better than Mason Plumlee, and that's a fact. God. If you look at the games, I promise
start Mason Plumlee.
Because I'm just saying we had this conversation. We were watching the game, and Mason Plumlee was almost double the positive of Nurkic in the game we were playing. Like, we were almost praying that Nurkic stay in the game because he made so many mistakes. But when Plumlee gets in the game, he's going to box you out. He's going to rebound every single chance he gets. He's going to play aggressive on both ends. He's going to finish efficiently. Nurkic just seems like kind of a selfish player on the court. It just doesn't look good. I know you guys seen the clip of Katie calling him out.
Randall footage in the offseason.
See, I threw that line in there. I knew you were going to take it, but it's okay. But I seen this clip of Kevin Durant.
This is the major difference. This is the major difference that we have, Max. You go after his character while you don't go after his game. It's okay.
I don't go after. When do I go after his character?
Anyway, side story for another day. Whatever.
Another day.
At least if we get to the that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Continue what you're saying.
You go after Monty Williams all the time, but that's okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Honestly, no, I don't. Yeah, and he's out of the NBA. And he's out of the NBA. And he's out of the NBA.
We'll Randall in a few years. Anyways,
do you really? Wait. Okay. I know. We're doing.
He ain't gonna be around forever.
When teams realize there is no way you actually believe that Julius Randle is going to be out of the NBA in 2 years. There's no way.
Within 5 years, he'll be gone. He already doesn't do anything other than score, and when his freakish athleticism starts to leave him, what does that leave him with? No defense, no rebounding, no jump shot.
I'm not gonna lie, that freakish athleticism has been going on for a little bit.
I'm gonna let you hold this 1v1. I'm gonna sit in the corner.
I'm gonna sit in the corner.
Go to the Kings. I don't like I said. We don't need to talk about.
Honestly, let's continue. Let's continue.
Yeah. Sacramento Kings. Who wants to go first? Would you like me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, let's go. Cook up.
It's a whole lot of mid over there, and that they still don't have.
I told you.
That they don't have the superstar that is needed to compete in the West. I think their team is good. I think in the right situation, they can make a deep playoff run. I just don't see – I can't see Sabonis being the best player on a championship team. I can't see Fox being the best player on a championship team or even a finals team. And I can't see DeRozan being the best player on a finals team. So I think at best, their ceiling is like an Indiana Pacers of last year where they just run into some injured teams and they make a conference finals run, which good for them if they could do it. That'd be, I guess, big for their franchise, considering their franchise never really done anything. But I think that's about as good as it's going to get. I don't see a title in Sacramento anytime soon.
Yep. And I'll just double down.
Go for it.
No, go ahead, Omar.
No. I want you to go first because
I was just going to say, I'll just say I'm going to double down. And like I said in the offseason, I don't think signing DeMar DeRozan changed this team at all. I think they're the same exact team that they will be now and in the future. I just don't think it makes them much better. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it was marginally enough better to compete with the top teams in the West, in my opinion. Like, we've seen when it comes down to it, bro, you still have a big problem. Like, who's going to take the last shot? I seen DeMar DeRozan. He went for it. He missed it. Obviously, they got the tip in or whatever. I forget. I think that was the last game they played. I think it was Keegan with the tip in or whatever. But it's like De'Aaron Fox. He's the guy who should be taking the last shot at times. But so is DeMar DeRozan as well. So you have to make those tough decisions in game two to see who's going to close if it's a close game. And defense isn't really that great for that Kings team, for me personally. So I think that they still have defensive problems they have to fix. And I don't know. I just kind of agree with Max. I don't think their ceiling is a championship when Sabonis is like your best player. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, he's good, but I don't think he's like a first option on a championship team. I'm sorry. Maybe a Batman. I mean, a Robin to a Batman. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what it is about the Kings. I don't believe in them. I sound like a hater, but
now Now I'm gonna say this, but I don't want anybody to think I think they're gonna win the championship or anything. I just think they're a lot better than y'all do. That y'all are giving them the respect. Like, goddamn. Like, first of all, DeMar DeRozan is the leading scorer with 24.8 points on 52.6.
I said they could make the conference finals.
I mean, that's fine. That's one step away from the NBA finals.
What's Steve Fox averaging this year, by the way?
I'm gonna double check that right now. That's what I was gonna go into.
I think they're fine. I just don't see them as having a path to a real championship.
I didn't even get into the real meat here. I got into the person
but look at the teams they beat, bro. Look, let me real fast.
Hold on.
This is who they beat, Omar. They beat the Jazz.
But it's my
They beat the Suns.
Omar get his meat. Omar wants to dig into the meat. Let him eat his meat.
Go ahead.
Y'all just said that DeMar DeRozan does not make their team better, but DeMar DeRozan is literally the leading scorer on their team right now. So, first of all, that is a fact.
I think
I'm trying to find the stats for.
I'm saying just because he's leading, like he puts that amount of points, doesn't mean the teams. Look at the teams they beat so far. I kid you not, the Utah Jazz. The one good win. Okay, the Suns. Good for them. They beat the Suns. They lost to Golden State twice, and those games were without Curry. They lost to the Wizards. They lost to the Knicks. Y'all are a good team. Don't get me wrong. They lost to the Grizzlies. They lost to Portland. Lost to the Jazz again. Lost to the Clippers.
We didn't play the Kings.
Oh, wait. My fault. I must be looking at preseason. My bad. Let me go back to regular season. That's my fault.
Did we even play them in the preseason?
I don't think so.
Looks like it.
Mm-hmm. The Kings?
I remember that was the end of last year. My fault. My bad.
We'll see
October.
We'll see them in January.
What was the first game of the season? October 9th? Or no?
No, that's preseason.
No, that was
okay. Let me go down some more.
22nd. That was ring night. After that,
all right, October 22nd.
What the fuck? What?
Okay, they played the Timberwolves first.
A little better, like granted, like he elevates their ceiling a little bit. I just don't see him being the best player on a championship team. I don't think that changes their championship.
So first of all, you guys, all right. I was going to say DeMar DeRozan is the oldest player on that team, 35. Domantas Sabonis is 28, and I'm trying to find the Aaron.
Fox is like 25 or 26.
Fox is 26. He is 26.
Where's that path to a championship? I don't see it.
But you guys got to give him time, man. Like, it's still not. He is also averaging 24.2 points. De'Aaron Fox himself on let me find the percentage.
Do you back them to be a top 3 seed in the West?
I back them to be a top 5 team in the West. I don't back them to win the championship, but I back them to be.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
A solid top 5 team.
I don't think they win a championship. I don't think they're making a finals. I think a conference finals would be.
I think they have a higher chance of making the finals than people seem, though, because
I would say it's near zero. We still
have to wait for their apparent fourth guy, who's only 24 years old, Keegan Murray, who's almost a double guy too. He's 13. He has 13 and 8. He averages 13 and 8 on 42%.
All right, yeah. And my thought about the scheduling thing, I got that all messed up. I was counting freezes and stuff like that. But
it's all good, Omar.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. I had the Omar notes pulled up. My bad. The Omar X-Files. My bad. But they've won against Portland, Jazz, Hawks, Heat, and I think the Raptors. Which I mean, don't get me wrong. There's no playoff teams right there. They lost to the Lakers, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Those are teams in the division. Our conference, I should say.
They lose to all the good teams, basically.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
they even lost to the Clippers, bro. Lost to the Spurs.
The Kings are a lot better than y'all are making it seem. That's my only gripe. That's my thing. We can move on to the next team. We got to do what we got to do. But
yeah.
Also, DeMar DeRozan not moving the needle at all is not true because he is literally the highest scorer on that team. I'm just saying it moves it a lot more than you're making it seem because, again, he is the top scorer on that team. You guys are making it seem like he went in there and is averaging 15
Omar, you see how I move my chair like this?
Yeah.
Can you really tell a difference? Like, you can just still tell him on camera, but it wasn't really that big of a difference, right?
Right.
Same impact as DeMar DeRozan on the Kings, respectfully.
Not really. Because you guys are talking like he's averaging 15 points a game when he's averaging
I'm not saying that, but they're still not beating. They're not beating the teams they should be winning.
He can average 50. If he doesn't make it better, he doesn't make it better.
It's a little too early to say that the Kings are as.
Well, I'm overreacting. I'm saying it's not too early.
It's the overreaction segment, right?
Fair enough. Fine.
Our next team, speaking of overreactions, what about the Dallas Mavericks? How y'all feeling about the Mavs so far to start the season?
They're okay.
Just a reminder that the Mavericks are 5-6 right now. So they are losing a lot more than what some people were expecting, as TNT would say it last night.
I'm going to say that their additions are not as meaningful as they thought they were. They had a really good team last year, and they thought they made it an elite team, but they really didn't because Klay Thompson is not going to be consistent. Quentin Grimes is out of the rotation, and Najee Marshall is Najee Marshall.
I love how it was contingent. I love how it's contingent of Quentin Grimes being out of the.
Well, he was one of their additions.
Did you see the huge shot he made, bro? And they had him on the bench. Come on.
Yeah, he did. And Curry fouled him too. It should have been a 4-point play.
Yeah, he hit that huge shot to swing the game around. And you know what happened?
But for some reason, they don't want to play.
Step back, fade away 3 on 2 people. Break. Yeah. Like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Just for some reason, they don't want to play him. So I'll go with their additions are not as good as they think they are.
I think they'll.
Luka's still going to Luka. Kyrie's still going to Kyrie, but like.
I think the Mavericks only got better considering that they didn't lose much, but they also gained a lot. So it's all going to be taken with time. I want to look at the standings from last year real quick, so just bear with me.
They were 4th. I'll tell you right now, they were 4th, or maybe 5th. They were 4th or 5th. I forgot which one they were, but they were in that 4-5 game.
Okay, so just want to confirm. Yeah, they were 5th. They were 50 and 30. I mean, so what if they start off in 10th right now? I mean, they have the whole rest of the season. So I'm not worried about the team that just grinded their way to the championship games, but we'll see what happens. You never know.
Earl?
My overreactions, I guess. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I think that Luka he's playing good, but he's not playing as good as he usually starts the season, if I'm being honest. I think his slow start to the season is definitely hurting this team. The problem with Luka is it takes him a minute to get warmed up into Luka shape. And then when he gets to that point, if you're still losing games, it just hurts the team even more. Like last game, I felt like that was kind of more like, yeah, you want to take and make big shots. But I feel like that ball could have maybe went to an open Kyrie or a Klay Thompson who had 6 threes on the night and who's been pretty much hot to his return back to the Bay. So I think there's better ways that game could have been handled. And I think it starts with Luka. Like he's a smart basketball player and he needs to play like that to end games. So I know that couldn't have been the shot they drawed up at the end of the game. Don't want to blame it on coaching. I don't know. But I don't know. I think my hot take is Luka has to lock in, or my overreaction is Luka is not taking things as serious as he should. So there's my overreaction, or I should say.
I'm gonna second that.
Even though I'm pretty sure he's having statistically a good season, but I just think I don't know.
I feel like there's not a lot of sharing going around. I know he's got his guy Klay Thompson that he loves to pass to, but I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of. I don't want to say selfish because Luka will be Luka, but I just feel like
his assists are down slightly, not noticeably, but I mean he's putting up pretty much the same numbers. Maybe it's just Phil. Maybe it's percentages. I don't know,
guys. When you add somebody new to the roster, I just feel like things get shaken up as well. So no matter if it's like a starting guy coming from the starting to going to the bench, like Quentin.
No, I get that.
Prime example was Quentin Grimes on the Knicks. As soon as Dante DiVincenzo took his spot, where did Quentin Grimes go?
I agree with you though, Omar. But like usually when like you get an extra player on a team and you're a star player, if one of your categories to go down, another one should kind of rise a little bit. Like if Luka's points were to go down, I would assume his assists would go down. I meant go up. This year, his points and assists have dropped, and his rebounding has dropped.
Yeah.
So, like, everything he's doing at a lower level than he was last year to start the season is basically what I mean. Like, if you're losing some aspect of your game, you got to get better in a different category. So, when he was putting up 7, he was putting up 8.4. Why am I reading his wrong number? Sorry. 9.8 assists last year. Sorry, numbers everywhere. This year he's putting up 7.9. So that's kind of a huge difference there.
Yeah.
8.4 rebounds last year to 7.6 this year. 33.9 points last year to 28.5. So he's blowing pretty much every category, even field goal percentage as well. So yeah.
What's the next?
Lucas got to lock in.
Yeah, Lucas does got to lock in.
Next team is the Rockets.
The Rockets, they've been playing pretty well. Yeah, they've been playing pretty good. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I'll say my overreaction. Good for them. My overreaction for the Rockets is that they're going to have the log jam problems that they have now are not going to go away anytime soon. And if they want to take that next step, they're going to have to find a way to move Dillon Brooks, who's been pretty poor this year. And at some point, you're going to have to get on. I mean, I guess you can wait out that Van Vliet contract, but like until they figure out their log jam of positions, they're not going to be anything better than what they are right now.
I agree. Go ahead, Omar.
Yeah.
It's like they're too good. I feel bad. I'm criticizing them for being too good, but they're kind of too good.
Yeah. I know we talked about a little earlier this season how I thought personally the Rockets would probably trade one of the two of Alperen Sengun and Jalen Green. And I got to add that's still in effect here because that Jalen Green contract, the fact that they didn't give him the max tells me that they could be trading Jalen Green.
Did he earn a max? I don't think he earned it.
No.
Yeah, I think the way I think he set it up is it's one of those I'm basing my pay on my performance. If I play good on these next couple of years, because he negotiated his own contract, I heard, then I want to be able to reap the benefits of getting a higher contract. But the thing about it is Fred VanVleet has to get off this team. Like he's just not good for this team right now. He went from 17 points per game to 13. He's shooting 28% from three.
Oh.
From 38 to 28. So he dropped 10% on his three. So do with that information as you will. I don't even know. It's just he went from 8 assists to 5.8. I'm assuming that's more so because Jalen Green has the ball in his hands a little bit more. But as a 3-point shooter, he was really good at shooting, catch, and shoot when he was in Toronto. I think he kind of has to get back to that a little bit playing next to Jalen Green. But
I personally
the longer they wait, the worse it's going to get for this team to be able to maximize his value. I think it's already pretty much cooked, though, especially with that contract.
Yeah, to get back into my take, though, like for Sengun, I think the Rockets kind of already chose Sengun as their next franchise guy. And I think they're going to continue to build around him to see what they can get next to him. Jalen Green, although I feel like it's an all right fit, it's not the perfect fit. I don't have another guy in mind for you. I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and say, oh, this person's the best fit. I don't know. But what I will say is the Rockets made that deal with Jalen Green to send him somewhere else. And that is probably what's going to happen.
I don't know.
All right. Who's next, Earl?
I'll let it go. Next team.
Okay.
Yeah, next team is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies.
They're on track for my take that I had earlier before the season started. 5-6 place. I think they can stay there. Shout out to Zach Edey, who's also fulfilling my promise and being the leading guy in Rookie of the Year so far. And another guy who actually might eat up his minutes is Jay Huff, who can actually spread out the floor a little bit better than him. But we're not going to talk about that at the moment. The Grizzlies are doing well right now. They're in the spot that I think that they were supposed to be in. And this is just a step forward till they get, I think Ja Morant is not 100%. So as soon as Ja Morant is 100%, sky's the limit.
I'm going to say that they don't have a good enough core around Ja Morant. I think Ja is him. We've known Ja is him. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be him. But, like, as much as I love Desmond Bane's he's starting to become an injury-prone guy. I hope for his sake it's not the case. But when Desmond Bane's out, gosh, you really don't have much else. I mean, you got
the shortest wingspan in the NBA.
I don't trust him to contribute much offensively. At least Edey is young. Jay Huff. Now we're getting into Scottie Pippen. Like, I think they need a better team around Ja.
Yeah, and I agree with that too, because it's like when you build more around them, then guys like Scottie Pippen Jr., that becomes your like your top bench, and that makes your team even deeper. And
Yeah.
right now, it's just front heavy. They don't have a lot of guys staying really on the court. I mean, Jaren Jackson was hurt a little bit, I think, to start the season, if I'm not mistaken, but he's good now. Desmond Bane hurt. Marcus Smart hurt. I don't even know. There's probably some more. GG Jackson got hurt in training camp, I think. So a lot of guys who are supposed to be key rotational pieces aren't playing around John Morant right now. So kudos to them for like keeping up right now, 7-4. I think 6 in the West right now, if I'm not mistaken. They're playing good ball, but I gotta wonder how long they can sustain it. I know John Morant, he's out, I think, for at least another week or two till he gets reevaluated. Do I think they can stay afloat till then? I'm not really sure. And then you have the same situation as last year. Like, hey, hopefully this is not a lingering injury. I'm not saying that. But even with Ja back, like you're asking him to play perfect every night, which he has so far in the season, pretty much. Playmaking, scoring, everything like that. He has to play like every night for them to win games. So, yeah, I definitely think they need a better supporting cast around him. So I'll piggyback off of that.
What's the next team that we got on the list?
Next team, man. The hospital team of the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Bedo.
Zion
the ambulance.
Gone. CJ's gone. Murray gone.
Surprisingly, it's not BI for once.
Dyson, I can't. That's crazy.
That's my overreaction. Bet you wish you had Dyson Daniels right now.
Bet you wish you had Dyson Daniels.
Shout out to Dyson, man. He's been balling.
Yeah.
He's making them look dumb. Oh, we got better defenders, Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Are they getting 6 steals a game?
No.
Are they scoring 20 plus a game too? On top of that?
No.
We ball. Yeah, my overreaction for the Pelicans is sorry, I do playing team. That's all I got. Playing team.
You got anything else, Omar?
Not even
playing team.
Not even a playing team. I think they're going to be the bottom of the barrel. If Zion is going to be out, it's going to flip flop between him and Brandon Ingram. There's no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. And then on top of that,
if they become a bad team,
they need to. I've been saying this for.
That'd be crazy.
There's no market for Brandon Ingram. There is no market for Brandon Ingram anywhere. It's crazy. I mean, how do you enter the offseason with their main thing being, let's trade Brandon Ingram. We have to trade this one guy this one offseason. You go into the offseason, you go look at all of your options. You know you're fucked regardless if you have him on your team because you're stunting the growth of Trey Murphy and Herb Jones actively at the same time. So you go in and you're like, do I choose the best for my players and the best for my team? Or do I try to find a little closer to what I'm getting right now? I'm going to try to get a little closer, and then it doesn't happen. I genuinely just think that ownership went into the deals thinking that they weren't going to do shit, and they wanted to deal Brandon Ingram like he was a superstar. And they need to understand that he's not that. Not only is he not that, he is not consistent enough to be that. So for the love of God, the Pelicans, for the love of God, trade him for anything at all. 2 first-round picks, go. 2 first-round, 3 first-round picks and a player, go. Get him out and start Trey Murphy, and you will see the reason why. I've been saying this for like a year, by the way. But sorry for my rambling, but that's how.
No, you're good. I enjoy it.
Post ramble, who's following the ramble up?
I'll just say about that take. Pelicans, if you trade Ingram, you might as well just dang, it's so dumb to say. I think the Zion thing is really messing them all up because it's like, hey, if you have Zion, but I've been saying, hey, if you have Zion since he's been in the NBA, at this point, probably got to make plans without Zion, but that's a conversation for another day.
I think they start trading, make plans to trade Zion. At least teams will take a chance on him.
Maybe so. Last team we have on our Western Conference wrap up of too early. overreactions is going to be the San Antonio Spurs.
I was gonna say we did not talk about the Spurs at all, huh?
Yep, last team for us.
I'm gonna say they're using Wemby totally wrong. He's 7 for 4. He needs to be more of an inside player. He's a phenomenal defensive player, obviously, but they need to get him inside more. They need to teach him a post game, get him down low. I know it's like he's skinny or whatever, but he needs to learn how to bang inside instead of just taking pull-up threes off screens. I think that's my overreaction. Wemby is not being used properly.
Mm-hmm. My overreaction is there's no way in the world you had people compile a list and put Wemby over Anthony Davis, and I will never forget them disrespecting my guy like that. AD. That's no disrespect to Wemby. He's a great kid. He's going to be a top player in the league eventually, but it's levels to this. So I know that has nothing to do. But my real overreaction is, I don't know. I agree with Max. Like I just think Wemby. I don't want to be that guy. It's like just get in the paint, but like. Some players, I'm like, bro, why are you dribbling? Like, why is Wemby dribbling top of the key when he should be posted up and getting easy buckets down low? Why is Wemby because he can do that, boxing out and going to get rebounds? Like, I know he's averaging 10 points.
That's what makes Wemby Wemby.
Easily could be. Doesn't matter. I'm saying there's a world where you
can do both. Yeah, but he's not doing the other things. He needs to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not doing
an all-around player. Do the all-aroundness. Don't just.
You know what it reminds me of?
Too much anyway.
It almost reminds me of he's abusing his height. Like he's just taking advantage of the little things that he should be dominant at.
What is that?
No, I'm just saying. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. Like he's just taking advantage of. Like basically, what I'm trying to say is,
Anthony Davis
some crazy vocabulary.
No, I'm just saying. Like he's not. I don't want to say wasting his height. He's wasting his advantages. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Like a guy like Wemby should be putting up 15 boards a game easily. He doesn't. When I watch him play, he doesn't even half the time. He doesn't even go for rebounds. Like half the time, he's not even being aggressive. Like I feel like Max says at the core, he's a great defender. But his offensive game, where he's scoring 19 plus, if he gets in the post, gets a post game, finishes around the rim a little bit more, the start of the season he can be putting up at least minimum like 25 to 28 points per game if he just adjusted it a little bit, not shoot like 8 threes a game. Like I know he's making some of them, but like dang, I don't know. I just think he could play a little bit more efficiently, in my opinion. Not to be that guy, like, get in the post, but...
get in the post, but at the same time, I think he should have some time to develop a playmaking ability, because what I see...
Not that hard. You're gonna get
post playmaking.
I get it.
Think about Pau Gasol. Think about Marc Gasol and his post playmaking game.
Think about Jokic.
Like, he will...
I think Wemby can be... But I think Wemby can be like a more mobile version of that. Yes. A more mobile version of a Pau and Marc Gasol. Think about this. You have a person who has the skill set. All right, Max, I stopped. Come on.
We take over the world, Wemby.
We will take over the world.
More mobile version of the Gasol brothers.
Wembanyama. No.
All right, continue to take. Let's go. Continue. Let's see. I want to hear what you're
seriousness. I think he can be like a more mobile version of them, because if he can play make to the ability of those two brothers, it'll be like a whole new level of what he can do. I mean, forget about him getting passes from Jeremy Sohan to get an alley-oop dunk in. Imagine Wemby alleying it up to Jeremy Sohan. Like, why can't that happen more often? He just needs to develop it. We are not expecting the Spurs to be anything great within the next couple of years. I think the Spurs are taking the right way around this, because you do not want to pressure Wemby at this time to start winning. Only if he wants to, and then if he.
Wait, what did you say?
I mean, let me rephrase that better.
You don't want to pressure him into winning games.
You don't want to pressure him into thinking that. Let me rephrase that better. That was the complete wrong way to say that.
I got it.
You don't want to pressure him to think that he's the reason, like he was brought there to win every single game. You don't want him. You don't want him going in there thinking like, "Fuck, it's all on me. We're losing every single game. It's because of me." Yada yada yada. But implemented in his head, from what I've seen so far, that it's okay to take your time with things and it's okay to build. So I think Wemby will have that patience. Okay, Kiva is calling me. I don't know if you heard that. He was just like,
Kiva said, wrap up the take.
Yeah.
Kiva said that's enough overreacting for one day.
Yeah, I think that it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this episode of the Beyond the Backboard podcast. Make sure to tune in this Friday on our all-time small forwards list. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure to hit us on Spotify, YouTube, and everything else that you get your podcasts on. And peace.
Scoot Henderson.
Peace out, man.
Scoot Henderson is not over.